I'll give you a general idea of how to play against a certain matchup, what you don't want to do in a certain matchup, and maybe a few key moves for literally the whole cast. And this is like what, 40 plus characters? I'll try to cover this in 30 minutes. I'll try to cover it in 30 minutes. So Bryan's the next matchup. So basically Bryan wants to be sitting in a range similar to Asuka, baiting or doing defensive panic tools that crush really, really well. But it's for the sake that he can size you up, because Bryan can size you up easily with QCB3 hatchet kick in that range. So if he's like sitting somewhere here and maybe you whiff a jab to bait him and he walks in and then he dash blocks, and then he can just straight up do the hatchet kick or walk up down 4, and then if you whiff something big he'll do F4, F4-1, and that's going to give him a big launch. And of course if you whiff even bigger from a farther range, F2 is going to come in, and you make sure you back roll that, because if you don't back roll that he gets guaranteed down for soccer kick, QCB4. So he's going to be sitting in this range a lot. He doesn't want to make sure, he doesn't want to leave you a lot. And just like Bob, if I said positioning is really, really important, this is far more important with Bryan, because if you let him get this taunt in open, I mean, they're going to earn it a lot in open. You can play neutral and whatnot, but don't put yourself in a position where Bryan can push you to the wall. Try to get out as much as you can the moment Bryan gets you to the wall, because if Bryan gets you to the wall, you're in a vortex, you're in the blender non-stop, because the taunt can keep coming, and if it's not the taunt, it's going to be a really good check mid, and if it's not check mid, it's going to be a low that's going to hurt you. And if you get counter hit by hatchet kick, it got buffed in season 4, so it's going to be into another Oki option wherein he can still get the taunt jet up or any taunt mix up afterwards. You see, you want to focus a lot more on position and not letting him, you know, win the life lead battle a lot in neutral. If he does, you can easily pressure Bryan a lot, because he doesn't have a lot of panic tools aside parry, basic down jab, orbital, so it's not really a lot. So you can usually keep him in line, right? You can check him a lot. So the key moves for this matchup would be stuff like forward 3, this mid's plus, it's gonna hurt you a lot. Make sure you're stepping in the direction where most of his moves whiff. Of course, most lows, most especially this one. This is the more main low compared to hatchet kick. This one's gonna evade a lot of your stuff, most especially mix-ups from DF13, RFS F4. Yeah, this is stuff he's gonna do, or generic low. Oh no, he doesn't. Yeah, this mainly. This is like the DF13 killer. This is like his main go-to option there, so you need to. And this sets up a lot, because he can easily check you with, even if he's -1, he could easily check you with this. And then he could just move at -1 as well. So you have to be worrisome about this one situation, because it could build into multiple hatchet kicks. So yeah, this is typically, he's going to be sitting around a very close range. Very similar to Asuka, but he wants to get position, and he's going to keep checking you in ways to get that position. So other key moves, hatchet kick naturally, of the taunt, 3+4. This is gonna keep pushing you towards that wall. DF2 and the DF2 counterparts, again difficult for Hwoarang to punish. DF1 1 strings just to keep you in check, so you could do maybe something else afterwards. So yeah, those are most of the key moves. Again, so that's Bryan against Hwoarang. We'll go to the next matchup. Akuma.